Yo, what's good, boys? Hope we're all having a fantastic day. Today we're going over 10 cards that at their peak were the best of the best. Also, shout out Brides for the video idea. If you guys have a video you want to see me make, drop it down in the comment section, and odds are almost every single time I will make it. So again, shout out Brides, and if you guys want a video, let me know down below. Before we hop in, you might be asking yourself, what am I talking about best of the best at their prime? You fellas know those cards that in February, in January, and November were absolutely cracked, but as time went on, they kind of faded out of the game. You know, they're getting out overall, their stats were kind of not keeping up with the best of the best. Well, that like 2-month period when they were in their quote-unquote prime were absolutely wrecking people. I feel like it's a good time to go back and look at these cards and talk about them. So without further ado, let's hop into number 10. At number 10, I have Rookie Premier Bijan Robinson. Of course, I quick sold this card, but if you think back to OG Madden, think back to when this game first dropped. There were 3 Rookie Premiers, 10 out of 10 games. You were going to see at least 2 of them. First up, Bijan Robinson and Jahmyr Gibbs. Absolutely dirty cards. The best 2 halfbacks in the game for about 2 to 3 weeks. The third one was CJ Stroud. Bijan was good, but CJ Stroud, Rookie Premier, was even better. Let me show you guys this card right now. CJ Stroud literally started the gift wrap meta being required on your quarterback. He was so freaking good. Also had traditional to release. At the time, that didn't necessarily matter as much because all these quarterbacks were not nearly as good. But CJ Stroud for the time was by far the best quarterback in the game. For a fat minute there, all the comp teams were rocking with Stroud, and the fact that he was a Rookie Premier was honestly so freaking dope. Early game meta was dominated by these Rookie Premiers. Bijan Robinson and CJ Stroud were just a few. The Nolan Smith was really good. There was a Zay Flowers that I thought was really good. Early games always dominated by Rookie Premiers, but 2 that stuck out to me the most this year by far were CJ Stroud and Bijan Robinson. They dominated in their prime. Now, at number 9, I have the OG Angry Run cards. Where is this Cordo Patterson? At the time, this Cordo Patterson was the best running back in the game, and he dominated the meta. He had wrecking ball angry runs, unstoppable route tech. Do you fellas remember the unstoppable X Factor meta? Yeah, he also had Angry Runs as an ability. All these Angry Run cards did. This is where the Angry Runs ability kind of originated from, if you guys didn't know or picked up Madden later on throughout the cycle. These cards were all filthy. This Gus Edwards was so freaking good. I mean, fellas, it's so hard to like think back and like, oh, this card had to be good. Is it 91 overall? But really, like, these guys were different. It was a different time of MUT, but these cards were so freaking good. All of the Angry Run champions for the most part. So at number 8, I have Harold Carmichael. He was the best user from December up until mid-January. Harold Carmichael was so freaking good. You can also toss in Julius Peppers if you want, but for me personally, this Harold Carmichael card was different. 6'8", 225 pounds, 93 speed. Yeah. I know. He looks like he's absolute dog shit right now, but in his prime, Harold Carmichael was amazing. Such a great user and, you know, a top 5 card for probably 2 months. And that says something on this card. But 6, I have one of the more dominating edge rushers we saw, and that's career tribute Aaron Donald. So I want you guys to think back to March. This card came out in March. What was the number 1 edge rusher you faced and were like, oh shit, I'm about to get smacked? Yeah, it was most likely Aaron Donald. Also, this Aaron Donald card took like 2 weeks to come to the game. Aaron Donald retired, and then EA took forever to actually give us the tribute card. And then when they finally dropped him, he was like absolutely disgusting. I mean, you gotta think, he is a gold 99, but he came out in March. So a lot of these gold 99s in March aren't necessarily like the best, but Aaron Donald is like so freaking good. You guys see Unstoppable Force NFL Combine is really why this card is just absolutely shredding. And he also has like every single freaking ability you could possibly want on a edge rusher. Aaron Donald is still a very usable edge rusher today, and when he came out, he was just dominating the meta. Next up, I have the Super Bowl trio of edge rushing / defensive tackle glowing X factors. That includes Chase Young, Warren Sapp, and George Karlaftis. I'm going to show you guys Warren Sapp because he was probably my favorite. he was glowing, and yeah, it was disgusting. It was like one of the first like lighted up, like glowing X Factor experiences we had in the game. And at the time, a lot of people didn't know how to beat it. So you would just toss on this glowing X Factor. After a few plays, you would absolutely shred the middle of the field. Warren Sapp was so freaking broken. He was, the best defensive tackle in the game from like February. Like, people are probably still using this Warren Sapp today and just being just fine with it, but he was probably the best from like February to like, I would say early March. Like, Warren Sapp was so good. Karlaftis was insane, as he was one of the only players with Colossal. And then Chase Young was never like the best, but he was glowing, so he actually like was extremely usable. The Super Bowl promo you guys will see definitely fed families all freaking year. So number 5, I have middle linebacker Gronk. You guys will notice a trend that most of these cards are going to get golden tickets because they were so good. This Gronk was the best user in the game for probably 2 months. I know I just said Harold Carmichael was, but Harold Carmichael was a poor man Rob Gronkowski. This card was so freaking good. If you came across a team that had a Harold Carmichael and a Gronk, you might as well just leave because you are not winning that game. This Gronk was so freaking good. 6'6", 94 speed. At the time, having baked in a lurk artist was not like a thing that every card had, and he was just Gronk was so good. At 4, we're talking about the end game, by the way, and that is where I have the Tom Brady career tribute. Yeah, I mean, I had to have him on this list. The most dominating quarterback we have seen in Madden in a very long time. Yeah, he came out during the end game, but I don't care. This Brady is in his prime right now and absolutely shreds. I've talked about Tom way too many times. I mean, this card is like, he's a fucking stud, but he's just really freaking good. And like, Tom is, I mean, I've said it so many times. It's like getting a little bit repetitive. I actually can't wait for Madden 25 so I can stop meat riding Tom Brady. But, I mean, it is what it is. He's the best quarterback and number 4 on my list. So at number 3, you could say I'm getting a little bit nostalgia-ridden, like putting these guys over Tom Brady. Obviously, Brady is the best of the best in his prime, but I think William Perry in his prime was a top 2 quarterback of the year. This card was a beast. There wasn't many ways to actually stop this card. The baked-in gunslinger having traditional 4 release, he got a golden ticket. Golden ticket absolutely blows. But this William Perry, I have so many clips of me running read option with him and it just being absolutely disgusting because he was so freaking good. He had escape artist out of position, William Perry, Truz, Gambit. I'm pretty sure I was running Truz on him with the gunslinger. You definitely got, Hot Route Master on here for 3 AP, and at the time, like, that was a very good stack. William Perry, out of position, 0 chill, a time to be alive. Perry was a top whatever quarterback. Like, he was the best quarterback in the game from like January, I'll say, until about the Super Bowl promo. He started getting faded out a little bit. That is because Doug Williams came into all of our lives. This Doug Williams played on my team way longer than he needed to. Pretty sure I had him on my squad for like 3.5 months. Like, he was outdue by the time I got him off my team. But I mean, his stats: 92 speed, 6'4", 220 pounds, every single throwing threshold you actually needed on a quarterback at this time in February. On top of that, he got these lighted up X Factors. Backyard QB is basically Master Tack, but just a little bit worse. So he was the only quarterback to actually get that. You had to put a token on him, but like, yeah, I believe you got 2 for free, could buy a 3rd and a 4th. So yeah, no. He also got Hot Route Master, Fearless, and QB Playmaker. Hot Route Master, Fearless, and Set Feet Lead for 4. I'm pretty sure Doug Williams got the quote-unquote God stack for 8 AP, and at the time, I'm pretty sure he was the first quarterback that was actually able to do it. So Doug was just so good. On top of that, he had traditional 4 release, which we should all know by now, the best release. And at number 1, I have it written down as the Combine Bo Jacksons, but really the Combine promo in general. This Combine promo was peak OP Madden. It was the start of getting glowing X Factors for the entirety of the game. There are still cards that, like, out of these Bo Jacksons or these Combine cards that are still usable today. I feel like that says more than enough. We are months away from these cards dropping, and the cards we're getting today, like, you can compete with a team full of Bo Jacksons. That is actually insane. I mean, their peak is not going on right now whatsoever, but you are still able to use a team of Combine cards and get away. 98 speed, 94 truck, 97 break tackle, 6'1", 227. All the Bo Jacksons had the same height and weight, but it was really this Angry Runs NFL Combine that was like absolutely fucking disgusting. On top of that, he also had Tank, Route Tech, and Evasive for 0 AP. I mean, Bo Jackson was the start of the actual spam HB stretch, Angry Runs meta, and then also all the other combine cards we really got were so freaking good. I mean, tight end Bo was good, outside linebacker Bo was good, Garrett Boyles was good, Justin Simmons was really good. Like, all of these combine cards in their prime were the best of the best at their position, and that is not something we can say that has happened for promos very often. EA, hats off to you, made an excellent combine promo this year. And fellas, those are 10 cards / promos that at their peak were by far the best. Let me know down below, who did I miss? What did I get wrong? I love to hear from you guys. Also, if there's a video you want to see me make, please go comment it down. This video, shout out Brides once again for giving me this idea. If that's something you want to see, let me know. Happy to make it. That's everything I got. I'll catch you boys later though. Peace.